Marcus Antonio Adoro's story begins in the quiet rice fields of Mangaldan, Pangasinan, where he was born on December 31, 1971. As the youngest of 4 siblings, he grew up listening to Bob Dylan on a battered cassette player and sneaking punk records past his strict mother. By age 10, he had taught himself basic chords on a hand-me-down guitar, practicing arpeggios on the wooden back porch while roosters crowed at dawn. That early drive, patience tuned by rural rhythms, would later evolve into the signature "less is more" style that defined Filipino alternative rock. In 1989, Adoro moved to Manila to study philosophy at the University of the Philippines Diliman. Dorm life at Kalayaan Hall introduced him to kindred spirits, bassist Buddy Zabala and drummer Raymond Marasigan. The three bonded over midnight punk shows in smoky basements, while Adoro's improvisational riffing caught the ear of freshman Eli Buendia. Philosophy debates about existence, freedom, and authenticity flavored their songwriting, giving birth to Eraserheads in a small dorm room turned rehearsal space. Marcus's minimalist technique, favoring melody and space over flash, became the spark that set the group apart. The Eraserheads' first demo tape circulated on campus in early 1990 and sparked a grassroots revolution. Their debut album, Ultra Electromagnetic, 1993, soared on waves of nostalgia, teenage angst, and clever wordplay. Marcus's guitar on tracks like Ligaya danced between plaintive folk and distorted punk, carving soulful textures around Eli's vocals. Every fret he pressed felt intentional, every pause carried weight. As the band toured sold-out arenas across Asia, audiences watched Marcus swivel on stage, eyes closed, lost in riff after concise riff. By the mid-90s, Eraserheads were hailed as the Philippines' answer to the Beatles, and Adoro's songwriting contribution earned him a cult following among guitar aficionados. When Eli Buendia left the band in 2002, Eraserheads quietly disbanded. Marcus retreated to La Union's surf town, seeking both solace and inspiration. He adopted the moniker Surfernando and recorded Behold, Rejoice. Surfernando is here na, 2008, in a makeshift beachfront studio. The album fused reggae's laid-back pulse, punk's insurgent spirit, and folk's storytelling heart. Though its experimental textures alienated some early Eraserheads fans, it earned praise for raw honesty. Over the next decade, he released ambient EPs under Kamankaman and finally rebranded as Marcus Highway, presenting himself as a wandering troubadour spinning tales of coastline sunsets and broken hearts. Offstage, Marcus's personal life grew complicated. He has never formally married, no public ceremonies, no rings announced in tabloid headlines. Yet rumors linked him to a handful of local artists and actresses over the years, from a brief fling with indie filmmaker Luz Valdez to a more public connection with pop singer Carla Medina in 2005. Each relationship burned bright but brief, fizzling under the twin pressures of fame and Adoro's aversion to conventional commitments. Friends say he values freedom above all, preferring the unpredictability of waves to long-term attachments. Fatherhood entered Marcus's life in 2001, with the birth of daughter Syd Hartha Adoro. From the start, he refused to be a stereotypical rock star dad. He surfed morning swells before school runs, taught her to string chords by age 7, and encouraged her to sing at open mic nights. Yet friction built as she grew older, leading to a painful estrangement in 2019 when public allegations of verbal and physical abuse surfaced. Though the two attempted reconciliation over the following years, distance remains. Sydney's own budding music career, launched from her father's legacy, is both a point of pride and a constant reminder of their fractured bond. Materially, Marcus stepped away from the ostentatious trappings of rock stardom. He invested in a modest 2-story house on La Union's surf coast, built from reclaimed timber and local stone. Within its walls, guitars hang like art, surfboards lean in tidy rows, and sunlight filters through open shutters. While rumors once whispered of a Manila condominium and ancestral land holdings in Pangasinan, Adoro has neither confirmed nor denied them, preferring privacy to press releases. On the roads, he favors unassuming transports. A vintage 1970s Kawasaki KH250 motorcycle he restored himself, a battered Toyota Hiace van converted into a band tour rig, and occasionally a beat-up Honda CR-V to ferry friends and equipment. He has never owned a flashy sports car, insisting that it's the journey, not the horsepower, that fuels his creativity. Financially, Marcus Adoro's net worth is modest by celebrity standards. Music royalties from Eraserheads catalog sales continue to trickle in, supplemented by streaming revenue from Surfernando and Marcus Highway releases. Live performances at boutique venues in Southeast Asia and Europe add occasional boosts, as do licensing deals for indie film soundtracks he composes. After decades of investing in home studios, legal fees from personal controversies, and supporting his daughter's education, his estimated net worth hovers around $300,000 to $500,000. It's a far cry from luxury yacht lifestyles, but it aligns perfectly with the man who once traded solos for space and crowds for crashing waves. Today, Marcus Adoro remains a living legend in underground music circles, revered for pioneering a uniquely Filipino rock sensibility. His story is one of quiet rebellion, eschewing cliches, challenging norms, and carving a life devoted to art over acclaim. Though his personal relationships have seen more turbulence than his guitar riffs, his legacy endures in every note he plays, every wave he rides, and every young musician he inspires to listen for the space between the chords. And that's the story of Marcus Adoro, from small-town dreamer to punk rock legend and everything in between. If his journey inspired you, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more deep dives, and let me know in the comments which rock icon you want me to cover next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.